Check tcgcastle.com and get 5% discount on your first purchase with TCG Center 5 code. You can also trade your Pokemon bulk for a new Sun.
How's it going, guys? Once again, welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, we'll be looking at Primal Kyogre EX deck. So, I think I actually have two or three more Primal, Mega Evolution, whatever you want to call them, Mega Evolution decks left to cover up in a standard format. So today I start to play with Primal Kyogre EX. It's a very good deck, it's a very strong deck. The only thing that he actually missed is Aqua Patch. When the Aqua Patch will be released, I think this deck is going to be even more stronger, but even right now it's very strong. So 13 Pokemon, 35 trading cards and 12 energies. The main attacker is going to be Primal Kyogre EX with that growth. So basically when you attach energy from your hand, you can add one more energy, meaning that you can also attach, for example, 2 double cores energies or 2 special energies. Primal Kyogre EX, it can also be good with something like Lugia EX, but for now I'm not playing Lugia, I'm just playing Water Box with Primal Kyogre EX. So just in case, if you're looking forward maybe to tech some other Pokemon, you can definitely tech Tauros GX, you can definitely tech Lugia EX, but for now I'm just gonna cover Primal Kyogre EX, and in future when the Aqua patches will be released, I'm definitely gonna think about adding more Pokemons inside of this deck. So Tidal Storm with 4 energies for 150, you can move after that 2 energies. You actually need to move 2 energies from Primal Kyogre to your benched Pokemon, and this attack will also does 30 damage to each of your opponent EX Pokemon in play. Unfortunately weak to the grass, which means we're gonna lose easy against the decks like Lurantis, like the CGI. Unfortunately, nothing we can do about them. The only thing we can maybe do to be able to win them is to tech some weakness policies and maybe Towers and Lugia, but even with those 2 cards, actually 3 cards, we're still not gonna have good matchup. In addition to that, Manaphy is here for the further treat. Palkia is mainly here for that Aqua Turbo acceleration, and of course Glaceon with the Crystal Ray might actually help us a little bit against those annoying decks like the CGI and the Lurantis, because they're both evolutions, but still it's gonna be hard to set up Glaceon, especially if our opponents start first and manage to establish item lock. 1 Hoopa and 2 Shamans mainly for the setup, and of course 3 line of the Kyogre. In addition to that, running always 1 copy of Escape Rope, and pretty much very standard list, as you can see right here. 4 copies of Max Elixirs, 3 copies of Trainer's Mail, 4 Ultra Balls and 4 VE Seekers. In addition to that, running 1 copy of Professor's Leather and 1 copy of Super Road, because Professor's Leather sometimes might be good because it can allow us to search 2 energies, so we can attach them to our Primal Kyogre. Super Road mainly to recycle some energies or Pokemon from discard pile back into our deck. 2 copies of Rough Seas, so we can have that heal for 30 between turns. Even instead of the Super Road, maybe Brock's Grit might have more sense, simply because we can recycle more energies and use that more often with the Brock's Grit. But still, if we use Brock's Grit, we cannot play another supporter card at that turn. Hex Maniac ×1, very important against item locks and ability decks. 1 copy of Lysander, 3 copies of N for a drop support, same as 4 copies of Professor Sycamore. In addition to them, running also 1 copy of Olympia, because once you use that Tidal Storm for like 150, you really want to have option to retreat to your bench, so Olympia can help a lot, because with Rough Season play we can heal 6 damage counters, switch to the bench, and be able to attack with another Primal Kyogre and do that over and over time again. Same as Center Lady, you can heal 6 damage counters from one of our Pokemon in play. So with the Rough Seas, 9 damage counters in total can be healed from our Primal Kyogre, for example. 1 copy of Professor Kukui, drop 2 cards. During this turn, your Pokemon's attacks does 20 more damage. It's good because if we can go for like 170, at least we have chance to one-hit knock out EXs with 170, like Lugia, like Eviltal, and any other who actually have 170, like Glaceon, for example. But that's the most damage that we can do with a single Primal Kyogre, so this deck will not be able to one-hit knock out almost everything except those fire decks were actually weak to the water. 3 copies of Kyogre Spirit Link and 12 energies, so we can have the advantage of the max elixirs and energy acceleration. So pretty simple deck that I'm gonna use today in this video. I hope you're gonna enjoy watching it. Make sure to hit the like button if you already didn't, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. If you're looking for any of these cards, you can find them on ccgcastle.com. You can find the link in my video description. If you're also looking to trade your old bulk for the upcoming Guardian Raising booster box, make sure to check my video description also for that. It's available worldwide. 1,400 cards for the sealed booster box. That's just insane. Definitely, because you can get so many good cards inside of that box, and yeah, it's just insane. So see you in the game, and let me know what you think about this deck in the video description. So enjoy the rest of the video. Alright, so as usual, starting here with coin flip, calling the heads, but unfortunately didn't want the coin flip. So looks like I'm gonna start second here, and I'm starting with one copy of Kyogre. The good thing is that I also have my Rough Seas, Max Elixir, Shaman, and Hoopa here. Mainly with Hoopa I can set up something like Palkia. I can set up one Manaphy. And I can set up maybe one more Kyogre and still have a space on my bench for one Shaman. And set up for some extra cards. Okay, Trubbish is on the other side. It's a Yveltal, probably Yveltal with Garbodor, so maybe even Darkrai Garbodor. Not 100% sure, but we'll find out. Okay, there's one Escape Rope discarded and one Fighting Fury Belt. Very important if it's Yveltal on the other side to see Fighting Fury Belt in my opponent's discard pile, simply because with my Tidal Storm for 150 and with one Professor's Kukui, I can simply go for 170, which will be enough for the one-hit knock against my opponent Yveltal EX. That's very, very important. So there's already 2 Max Elixirs and 2 Energy attached to my opponent Yveltal and 1 Shaman for setup. That's gonna be setup for like 5. Okay, already 2 energies attached to that Yveltal EX. That's a little bit scary, and also Friday Night Yveltal is a little bit scary, but so far he don't have single energy attached. And for now I'm gonna be fine. I don't even need to worry too much about him, because as long as I'm gonna have my Manaphy in play, I will have for a treat. But the problem about Manaphy is Garbodor line, of course. If there's gonna be Garbodor, there's another Max Elixir, so 3 Max Elixirs. Okay, so 2 of them he managed to find. Speaking about 2 of them, let's go with 1 energy to do the Kyogre and Hoopa EX with Scandering for something like Palkia. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna be out of the luck here, but it is how it is. Manaphy is prized, and to be honest, that actually hurts a lot. So 1 Max Elixir and we can get energy down to the... I think about just adding energy to Kyogre, you know, putting my Rough Seas in play, setting up my Shaman, and going with my, you know, setup for like up to 6. There is 1 more energy to be attached onto my Kyogre. And after that, I can Sycamore for 7. Alright, fair enough. There is another Max Elixir. Another energy in play. So 3 energies. Not that bad. Not that bad at all. Time to pass my turn for now. I'm pretty happy with my turn 1 Kyogre with 3 energies in play. No doubt about that. Next turn I'm gonna play just probably Ultra Ball and attach 1 energy to my active Kyogre, so I can just use my Water Pools and basically asleep my opponent Trubbish. Wish I can have maybe even, maybe even I'm gonna wait and maybe try to find Primal Kyogre here, so I can, you know, add more energies to my Kyogre EX in the active position, which is gonna be important. So let's just wait for a moment and see what my opponent will do here. There's another Darkness energy attached to his Yveltal, and there's Garbodor. So Garbodor just hits the play, but it's my turn. My top deck is gonna be Super Road. So since the top deck is a Super Road, I'm thinking about, you know, just using Professor's Leather for 1 energy. And playing something like Ultra Ball for these 2 energy cards. So I can simply discard them, then play my Super Road to recycle them back, and clutch for my VA Seeker and grab that Lysander for 7. Actually, a Sycamore for 7, not a Lysander. Early in the morning, so you're gonna forgive me about that. There's another Max Elixir and Primal Kyogre Spirit Link, featuring a Trainer's Mail and 3 energies in my hand. However, I'm gonna grab that Ultra Ball for now. And I'm gonna play my Max Elixir, which is gonna be for energy. More than that, Ultra Ball for 2 water energies, which might be a little bit expensive, but hey, who cares? At least I'm gonna attach energy, and Primal Kyogre will came into play. So right now, next turn I can use my Tidal Storm and I can strike for like 150, but I'm gonna need 2 water energies. So far I have 6 energies in play, 2 in my discard pile, meaning that I have 4 energies remaining in my deck. Maybe 3. I already wasted my Super Road, I still didn't find what I was looking for. Mainly I was looking for that Escape Rope. Unfortunately, didn't get it. So there is 3rd energy already for my opponent Yveltal and 2nd Trubbish in play. Right now he's probably gonna bring Smile to his face after or maybe he's not gonna bring his Smile to his face. Managed to find what I was looking for, mainly for that Professor Seeking with the Trainer's Mail, so I'm not gonna play that N. But I'm also gonna be short for like an energy card here. That's not good. But at least I have my Escape Rope available. And right now I can go with my Tidal Storm for like 150. The question is mainly, do I want to attach my energy? Guess I don't want to attach my energy yet. Alright, paying huge. Paying really huge. Tidal Storm. Attack cost for only 1 prize exchange here. And basically I'm simply forced to move 2 energies. So yeah, you need to do that. You can't go without moving energies, but it's okay. 1 prize card for me, which is gonna be just another Kyogre Spirit Link. That's not good. Right now, my opponent can basically start spread some damage around the board, you know, with that Pitch Black Spear. It's not gonna be that effective simply because I have my Central Lady in play. But what I'm gonna need here is pretty much 1 copy of Energy card. And I managed to top deck 1 copy of Energy card. So that's gonna be 1 Central Lady down to my Shaman. So I don't need too much worry about it. 2nd energy is gonna be attached. I'm also gonna use the advantage of my Rough Seas. More importantly, I'm gonna strike with my Tidal Storm. Knocks out his Yveltal. Unfortunately, again, move 2 energies. This time to my Palkia. And I'm going to grab 1 prize. I hope it's gonna be Manaphy, but even if it's a Manaphy, I'm still not gonna have that ability to retreat for free, because I can't put it on the bench. And there we go, there's a Yveltal EX for my opponent. Alright, and the Absol, so he can move those 3 damage counters to my Shaman on the bench. Evil Ball can goes for like 100, and mainly that's it. Not a big amount of the damage counters here, just another Primal Kyogre for me. Well, I can at least use my Ultra Ball here just to see what left I have in my deck. 2 more energy cards available. So if I go with my Sycamore for 7, I might hit both energies here. So why not to risk? Just 1 energy card here. Just 1 energy card here. Means that even the next turn my opponent will not knock me out. Or maybe he will. Alright, never mind. Let's just pass the turn. Not liking this situation. No sign of the Olympia for the retreat. And that's just the evil ball for like 100. Even my opponent didn't have pretty much luck in this game. So I'm passing my turn again. I'm leaving my opponent to knocks out my Primal Kyogre, so I can simply... there's a Team Flare Grunt, interesting. And an Evil Ball for the knockout. Alright. At least he can have access to the that Team Flare Grunt. So mainly what I need to do here is strike with my Tidal Storm for like 150 and spread 3 damage counters to his Shaman on the bench. And basically that's gonna give me the victory here. Some energies are gonna go to my Palkia EX, you know, just in case. One more time. I might find myself in a position that I need to use my Pearl Hurricane for like 120. And even if I strike with 120, let's say he is... alright, he have Pokemons with like 100 HP in play, but some Pokemon with more than 120 HP, I can still spread 30 damage to his Shaman, but he decided to promote Shaman in the active position. That means that he might have something else in his hand to use. We'll definitely find that out. However, if he... oh, there's a Lysander down to my Hoopa, and this is gonna be pass after energy attachment. So, luckily for me is that I managed to get my Manaphy from the prize cards, so I can simply retreat down to my Palkia and snap my last 2 prize cards with my Pearl Hurricane for like 120, and unfortunately for my opponent, that's a GG. Alright, so in this game I'm gonna play against weakness, so this is definitely very big challenge. Let's see if we can somehow snatch victory here. I don't think that's gonna happen, but hey, still it's possible. So started with 1 copy of Kyogre here, not the best start with the rest of the cards in my hand, but still I'm starting first and I'm gonna attach that energy and hope to find my Manaphy and Palkia, maybe even some max elixirs, so I can start powering up my Kyogres in play. We shall see. Alright, so waiting my opponent to select his Pokemon. Oh, he started with the Shaman EX. That's not the best start you would like to get. Alright, so 1 N for 6. And I just see the sign of 1 energy card in my hand. And Max Elixir. Of course, I'm gonna try with the Max Elixir my luck. And then set up my Shaman for like 2. Not sure if that was smart decision. Really, it was not. Really, it was not. Okay, for next turn, I have opportunity to attach energy once again to my Kyogre, and at least I can try to sleep my opponent active Pokemon. I can Sycamore for 7, I can evolve into my Primal Kyogre. There's a plenty of options what I can do here and what I can't do. Alright, yeah, it's definitely gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard against that Lurantis and the Vileplume, no doubt about it. I mean, I have weakness ×2, so I don't see how I can win this. I mean, the only card that can actually help and save me here, it's gonna be Glacian EX. And to find Glacian EX, I'm gonna need to stretch my hands through my deck very hard. So there is 1 copy of Ant. So let's see what we can find with the Ant here. There's a Manaphy, which is a good one, and an Ultra Ball and a Kyogre Spirit Link, but I'm looking at the Ultra Ball here, if there's gonna be Ultra Ball for something like a Vileplume. So far it's not. I'm not gonna be good. Alright, so 1 setup for like 3 cards, and there is Lurantis GX. If I can at least survive 1 more turn without item lock, that's gonna be perfectly fine. And looks like I managed somehow to survive without item lock. Alright, Ultra Ball. Hexmaniac will play a very important role in this game. I can't even describe how important Hexmaniac is gonna be here. So setup, and it's very important right now to hit max elixir, and I managed to do that. All right, so I'm gonna attach one more energy to my Palkia. After that, I'm gonna Trainer's Mail for something like one more max elixir. All right, so one more max elixir will be for energy. That's also very important. I'm gonna play VS Seeker mainly for Hexmaniac, and another VS Seeker is gonna be played for something like a N. Then I'm moving on to my Palkia, and then I'm playing my N here for like 6 new cards. There's Primal Kyogre, Super Road. Can I do something with my Super Road? Unfortunately, I can't. One more Trainer's Mail, maybe for another Spurtling, or just for Professor's Kukui. Let's see, Professor's Kukui might sound like an interesting decision. Tell you one thing, only for Professor Leather right now, and that's gonna be mainly to discard some cards from my hand and to replay them. Alright, I can Mega Evolve, then I can Ultra Ball, and after that Ultra Ball I can Super Road. You know, okay, of course I'm gonna also grab that Hoopa so I can discard it, one less card of course. Super Road, my energy's back. And mainly Aqua Turbo for like a 40. Maybe, yeah, I'm even thinking about attaching energies to my different Pokemon then to the Primal Kyogre. Simply because I might get lucky with something like double energy attachment from hand to the Primal Kyogre. And then I'm gonna have 2 attackers ready. But remember, there is still no item lock in play. And as long as there is no item lock in play, I'm just perfectly fine because I can play my item cards. There is second energy attached to that. Lurantis, meaning that he can even use Chlorosite GX for like 100, and then applying weakness will be more than enough for the knockout against my Kyogre EX, for example. So I'm pretty scary about that, to be honest. But yeah, 2 Shamans on the bench. All I really need is to strike a tons of times with my Tidal Storm, so I can somehow get opportunity to max out those Shamans on the bench and grab some prize cards. But hey, this is very, very tough game to beat without weakness policies. I don't feel how I actually have a chance to win, simply because of the fact my opponent can go for the one-hit knockout with that Chlorosite GX. He can also go with the Slow Blade for the one-hit knockout. He might decide to go with the Chlorosite GX here and knocks me out. Next turn, attaching only 1 energy will give him the another chance to knock out my Primal Kyogre, but he decided to not to do that. This was maybe the biggest mistake he actually did. That's just my opinion. I might be wrong. We shall see. For example, I can maybe try to gamble here and put him in a sleep mode, or I can return 2 energies to my hand with my John Whirlpool, attacking for like, well, yeah, that's interesting, definitely. But yeah, that's definitely interesting. And I'm thinking about doing that, to be honest. Like 140, returning 2 energies to my hand. Next turn I have my Primal Kyogre ready for the rock and roll. But what if he somehow managed to get... Well, let's do that. Let's Sycamore for 7 anyway, and... Okay, it turns out that I did a pretty good decision here. 1 Rough Seas, and it's gonna be 3 damage counters, heal from my Palkia, and after that I'm gonna just use my John Whirlpool for like 140, returning 2 energies back to my hand. I actually wish I had another Primal Kyogre here in play, because right now I would go for like 150, 3 damage counters to Shaman, 3 damage counters to Shaman next turn. Now there's a Lysander for my Primal Kyogre, and right now the problems are gonna happen. Solar Blade for like 240, and my Primal Kyogre is knocked out, and he can heal some damage counters. And that's the end of the story, my friends, I think here. Yeah. It looks like it's gonna be the end of the story here. So let's just play for now the Hex Maniac. Yeah, I feel pretty bad about that knockout, to be honest. I feel pretty bad about that knockout, but hey. I can still retreat my Palkia here. And I'm gonna do that actually. Who cares? I can do that. And I'm gonna Tidal Storm my opponent for like 150 and spread damage counters to his Shamans on the bench. And energies are gonna mainly be attached to my Palkia, so I can, you know, power up back my Primal Kyogre. So I might get actually lucky here. So Sycamore and another Primal Kyogre here. Alright. Right now, not that bad. There's a Trainer's Mail, which means my opponent will also have one turn of the item cards to play. But that was the only option that I was able to do. I didn't want to take a risk losing one more Primal Kyogre here, so something like a Lysander top deck would be very important for me. But there's another Lurantis GX for my opponent already in play. And right now he's gonna start to use that Flower Supply, hitting me for like a 80, attaching more energies to his Lurantis, and I'm still gonna be at the beginning of the game. So I need Lysander for sure. So I can somehow, you know, at least tries to knock out his Shaman, which is very important. But still, I don't think this is gonna be enough, because I need 2 Lysanders actually to win this game. If there was a Primal Kyogre in first hit, that would be it. That would be all I really need, but it was not here, so yeah. Alright, so one more Oddish for my opponent, and let's see if that's gonna be... Alright, so one Lurantis GX, one Flower Supply for like a 80. Of course I can heal 3 damage counters, I can move down to my bench. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Even after he uses Chlorosite GX, he's gonna heal like... Not a Chlorosite GX, but Solar Blade, he's gonna heal like 3 damage counters. So... I need somehow strike very hard right now. So I need to get 2 energies with my Professor Sycamore, or at least top deck energy. So I can strike with my Tidal Storm for like 150, and turn after that somehow knocks out his Lurantis with my Pearl Hurricane. So Sycamore for win or for lose, we shall see. 2 energies. 2 energies, so it might be for victory. It might not. Alright, so attaching my energies to my Primal Kyogre and using my Tidal Storm here for like 150. And right now is all about that Professor's Cuckoo in my hand. 150 minus... Okay, let me just calculate something. 150 minus 30 is gonna be 120. And still I'm gonna need way too many damage counters. So only option for me here is to move my energies onto my Palkia and leave my opponent to find somehow his Lysander for the victory. If he have Lysander in his hand, then I actually lose this game. If he don't have Lysander in his game, then I actually manage to win this game, because I can take double knockout next turn with my Pearl Hurricane for like 120 to his Lurantis and 30 damage to his Shaman, which will be enough for the 4 prize knockout here. Let's see if that's gonna happen. If that happens, then the game is definitely over for my opponent. So far, I'm not seeing the sign of the Lysander in his hand, because if he had Lysander, he would already play it. No way! Why in the world would you wait so much? This is so disgusting. Solar Blade for 240, and unfortunately, I mean, I still didn't lose the game. But I need 2 more energy cards. And 9, 10, 11, no, I don't even have enough energy cards. Left. I mean, I can Kukui for like 2, but I'm gonna be short for energy resource here, and basically I can only retreat down to my Glacian, and that's gonna be it. I was not able to find Glacian earlier. I mean, I had an option to find it, to be honest, but hey, didn't use it. Actually gonna cost me victory here. That Lysander in my opponent's hand was a big deal. If there was no Lysander in his hand, I would definitely win. It was all about the Lysander. The game was very close. I did my best, but unfortunately against weakness, I couldn't win. Maybe weakness policy would help a lot, but unfortunately I didn't have it, so that's the GG, my friends. And there is the deck list that I actually use in today's video. So I hope you're gonna enjoy watching this video, and hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. So till the next time, stay tuned for more videos. Can't wait that new Guardian Raising release. Because of the Aqua patch, this deck is gonna be much better and stronger and faster, and yeah, I simply cannot wait until then. So stay tuned for more videos. Have a nice day, see you the next time, and goodbye.